Ladies and gentlemen, big hairy news.
Hey, kia ora koutou whānau. Welcome back to Big Hairy News. Hi, Magenta.
Sup? How are we going?
Good. I was about to say Friday edition. It's not Friday edition.
No, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Get to hang out with everyone an extra day. Hell yeah.
The reason being, we've got some special people up in Auckland who I'm going to bring on to say hello. Hi, guys.
Hey, kia ora.
Look who
Kia
it
ora,
is.
koutou e whānau.
How are we doing? How's Auckland?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I was just saying to Chewie, this is weird. This is like sitting in your own car, but you're sitting in the passenger seat and someone's driving your car. And I was like, this is what? That feels strange.
I can imagine.
No, we're
What
good.
are you doing in Auckland?
You want proof? Hang on, proof in Auckland. Hang on. There's Sky Tower. There we go.
Oh,
Sky
classic.
Tower.
Yeah.
Gratuitous Sky Tower. Sorry, Chewie. I ran away from Chewie. Well, we've just been to an awards show, darlings, don't you know?
We're a better class of people now.
We've had Jeanette's. And I don't know if any of you can remember the day we got nominated. I made a little prediction, which was Nixon and Nate will win it. And guess what happened today? Chewie, Nixon and Nate won the podcast
Hell
award.
yeah.
We got smoked.
Hell yeah.
But no, it was good fun. And we've just been to the after party. Sorry, Chewie, I'm moving. You probably can hear it if you can't see it over there at the sweatshop. Over
Hell
there.
yeah.
Ooh,
Over there.
fancy.
There it is.
I want to go there.
It's dreadful.
It's very, very, very loud.
Bad.
Very loud. Oh, there's a car coming.
Oh.
Hang on, there's a car coming.
Oh God! Don't get head on live on
Look,
there,
see-
okay?
See, look, there's a car. Look, see? Car coming.
Jet would like to know what happened to Chewie's hat.
Oh yeah, where's your hat, mate? Did I steal it?
See, Pat didn't forget the hat. You know, he was like, you know what,
On
it's
brand.
fancy, but I'm still gonna wear the hat.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, no, but it was good fun. To be honest with you, the award shows are as boring as all hell as we move for another car. 60 categories being called out, but there were some lovely moments. I don't know if you've got a chance to see it, guys, because it was live stream, but the welcome at the start was amazing. And Stacey Morrison, Stacey Daniels, got an award for contributing to media for about 100 years. And her speech was amazing. So yeah, there's some really nice moments in it. And,
Yeah. Just her having the opportunity to call out an entire room full of industry people going, it's up to us to carry Te Reo and be brave, and it's a responsibility, was a hell of a moment.
Oh fuck yeah! That must have been great to be in the room.
Yeah, it was. And we were sitting 2 rows behind her and her husband, Scotty. And we didn't notice, but Mihinarangi Forbes was sitting right beside her, and we fangirled a little bit.
Hell yeah!
And they left really quickly, so we couldn't chase after them too much. But,
Damn.
missed out.
Damn.
Did you get to talk to anyone cool or harass anyone cool? Chewie?
I told Chewie he had to stay in his seat when Mike Hosking won an award. And he did.
Mike Hoskins chose his moment on the stage to tell an amusing anecdote about how a hot water tap at the office didn't work, and he had to send someone to get a thermos so he'd have hot water and lemon.
It's good, eh?
He chose that moment in front of 600 people to tell that story.
Wow.
What a man.
Profound.
Yeah.
Wow, yes. So there
listen,
were
guys.
speeches,
Yeah,
sporadic
there was a
speeches.
couple. What they called the Premier Awards. I was concerned that ours might turn into one, but it didn't. Or else I could have stand up and said, hey, how come we're not speaking? We're Premier.
Right.
But it didn't. A few did. There were some nice moments. There was a role of remembrance for people who have gone before us, and it was okay. It was nice. And now, of course, our big news is going home for a big night's sleep now, because we've got a lovely listener meetup tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the Long Room in Ponsonby. And now looking forward to seeing every single person there.
Absolutely. I've also seen
sure
a great
they'll be
question. Did you drop stickers everywhere? Have you been dropping them around? Come on.
Wow. I
Will
don't
they
think we
fall
can,
out of your pocket, Chewie, and onto something? Is
I
that,
don't
is that
think
what
we can
happened?
confirm or deny.
You can't say.
Ah, okay.
Allegedly.
I can see why these young people will have really big muscles. It's quite hard holding this phone for this long.
Yeah.
Need a selfie stick.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
self-respect. So yeah, so thanks for, and a huge thanks to all the patrons and stuff, because they're the reason we're able to come up here, literally pay for airfares and stuff. And also, like we said last night, I think it was last night, if we were to make a speech, they're the reason we've been doing this for 3 years, because we could not literally do this without them.
Yeah. There'll be two things in my speech. Thanks to the patrons and fuck the haters.
I think I say fuck my costume.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he comes under that.
He comes
Alright.
under that, yeah.
All good, team? We might go and get
Yeah.
ourselves home now, because we're old.
Yeah.
All the
You get
20
your
and
beauty
30-year-olds, all the 20-year-olds are in there now drinking, rubbing up against each other and dancing, doing that. And all the 30,
Party
40s,
boy.
50-year-olds are all starting to walk out because they realise they have to be back in work in about 12 hours. But the young people
Yes.
don't care about that.
Yeah, it is a Thursday night, eh?
Yeah, the old people have to go home before they get me too'd.
Yeah.
Oh, so real though.
All right, guys.
Sadly accurate.
Nice to see you. We might see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Have fun.
and
All right.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Cheers. See you, team.
Kaki.
Bye. Well, that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. What a fun time.
Absolutely. Yeah, didn't win, but just happy to be invited, you know?
Oh, it's more than just to
Well,
be invited. I
fucking
think it's
stoked.
pretty cool to be nominated. I think that's
Yeah.
fantastic to be recognised.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think Pat said that he was keen to jump on again tomorrow night when they're at the listener meetup.
Oh, awesome.
So we
love
might
that.
see them again tomorrow. To say
Awesome. Oh, that's exciting.
hola. Yes,
I
that should be
guess
exciting.
Roger's better be going. Have a bit of see him there.
So if you are there and you want to say hello to us through Pat and Chewie's stream,
Yeah.
you can just give us a big wave. And
Yeah.
I won't know who you are because all I know is your digital versions of yourselves, but
It's like when
I'm
you
sure
get
we
in the
can figure it
background on the news and you're like, "Hi, mum."
yeah, exactly that.
Go have your hi,
Exactly
mum
that.
moment, guys.
Oh, tonight's going to be a fun one.
Yeah,
there's a
just
few-
had some great stories today.
Well, my first of my 3 stories was Pat and Chewie, and that took us a good 5 minutes. So wonderful.
Exactly. Gives us time to
we've
yarn.
got 2.5 stories that we can chat about tonight, which should be good fun. I just realised I haven't teed up any of my stories.
Well, would you like, since you mentioned the Patreon, so we just do a quick
Yeah.
plug, and I can do some plug-in for a Thursday night. I was about to say Friday night. Oh my gosh, it's
I know,
very
I'm so-
strange being. I'm like, now I'm not gonna know what day of the week it is for the rest of the bloody week. I tell you, I'm gonna be thrown
That's what
off.
happened to me.
Uh huh.
Be
But yes,
disappointed that it's not Friday.
as Papa Pat said, we have the Patreon. We're at 443 members. That's awesome. Starts as little as $5 per month, and if you're a major baller, you can go all the way up to $250 a month, which is insane, but also cool. And you get like phone calls and merch, and there's a bunch of perks that you can get at obviously every tier. I love when we have our little meetups on Zoom. That's always a fun time. We've also got, as some of you might have noticed, my graduation gift turned up in the mail today. So
Yes.
got the awesome buffer gear. And if you too want some buffer gear, you can head to bhnshop.nz. We managed to donate, was it 45 nights, safe nights to Women's Refuge through last month's promotion, which is just amazing, awesome to see. But you can still go and get the Chewie Fufu, the Tino Rangatira buffers. We got our boys' shirts, and obviously some of these great ones here, like tax work less, tax wealth more, fuck around, find out, and we are the grassroots. And if you don't want any of those, there's also stickers that you can like put on your laptop or on a local MP's office. I'm in Minecraft. Definitely did not say to do that. I did not endorse that. But yes, if you want to go over there and
It just
support us
fell
through
out
the
of your
merch.
pocket.
Yeah,
You
they
know.
just
Just
floating
fall
them around. You know what? And so
Not your
yeah,
fault.
that's where you can find all of those. And we also have the Discord. So if you want to come and join us in the Discord, I actually saw quite a few people, having yarns about what was going on today and the protests and that were outside Parliament and what was going on inside Parliament. So feel free to join us on the Discord. I'm sure Kiwi Skirt will pop a link in at some point. Come over, come hang out. Did I give you enough time? Did I buffer?
You did. You were a
yeah.
greatest of all of buffers. Thank you.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you for being
So I'm
my
loving this
buffer.
purple. I'm obsessed with it.
That's good. Looks good on you. I like it
Right?
with the green. It's the perfect
Well, yeah,
like,
I used to have fully green and purple
complementary
like this.
contrast,
Yeah.
complementary. One of those two.
Exact opposites of each other.
Exact opposites for sure. Cool. Well, first story up tonight is Te Pāti Māori in the suspension being debated in the House for getting out of their seats and doing a haka. Whereas,
yeah.
and possibly intimidating. But we'll go through this the Stuff News article quickly and show a few of the highlights. And then I wanted to point out something that I think it was actually Paul that pointed out on Blue Sky as well. There was a fantastic moment with Chloe where she kind of proved a point. And that was this very, because I just quickly tuned in to watch the full Parliament live stream.
Yes.
And that was the bit that I happened to just, stumble upon was also that moment. So I'll show you that, which I think you guys would
Yes.
probably
I haven't seen any of it. I was getting so many notifications while I was out in town today. Like, are you watching the live stream? Oh my God, look at this. And I'm like, guys, I can't wait. I gotta get home.
I don't know why that automatically does that. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I've noticed it
wasn't-
does that now.
I wasn't
It's
ready,
new
guys.
feature, I
wasn't
think.
ready. Not
Right?
ready to put it on the screen, okay? Calm
Yeah.
your titties. Alright, hopefully this isn't too loud. Before we jump to this, there was just a few super chats that I might get out of the way. Kiwi Bird for $2 says, Winnie dug his own hungy pit today with his racism. Absolutely, we will definitely show that. JC and the Pigeon Cats for $2 says, did Chewie forget his hat? That's why I asked.
Yeah.
He was being fancy, okay? He left the hat at home. Daniel Maguire for $2 says, late fee, do gay be crimes, Winston hates it.
Hell yeah.
Do
Also,
gay
bet the way
be-
you almost said
be
B
gay
Grimes, it was great.
Yeah, it's the
love that.
gay girl.
I mean- Be gay,
could do-
do Grimes, that works.
That works for some people, yeah. Peter Syme for $2 says hashtag late. Indeed. Right. Let's get into it. Let's welcome Samantha Hayes digitally through our screens onto the screen. Hopefully you guys can hear it because I was having issues before.
Meanwhile, inside
Hey.
Parliament, impassioned speeches at times descended into shouting matches as MPs finally debated the proposed suspension of 3 Te Pāti Māori MPs as punishment for their haka over the Treaty Principles Bill. Political correspondent Zane Small has the latest.
Madam Speaker, point of order.
No, if the member heard...
Also, does anyone in the chat know where Jerry Brownlee is?
Oh, I don't know where he is at the moment, but that is one of the fill-ins, I believe, or the fill-in. I feel like there's an old white man that fills in sometimes too.
Yes. Whoever this is, she's killing it. She is so much better than Jerry Brownlee. Just
I
so much
mean,
better.
getting a mum in.
Stop, order!
A debate that at times became a shouting match over the proposed suspension of 3 Te Pāti Māori MPs.
This debate is about the eternal struggle for the survival of the Māori people.
In the last poll, in the last 24 hours, the one in the cowboy hat who hates colonialism, the one that's shouting down there with the scribbles on his face.
Winston Peters was asked to apologise for
Did you catch that?
What the
Did you catch
fuck?
that?
Well,
The
because
most racist
colonialism is so fucking great. What the fuck?
Did you hear what he called his moko?
Oh no.
Down there with the scribbles on his face.
Winston Peters was asked to apologise for that one.
I've misdescribed his Tamoko, I apologise.
These dangerously precedent...
Like, he knows. This is the same shit that Seymour pulled during Waitangi, where he called it a little dance. instead of haka. Like,
Yeah, I got lost the second he said, this guy who doesn't like colonialism. What? Are we supposed to fucking love that? Jesus Christ. Cooker fucking
yeah.
bullshit.
We had some great stuff in Marama, though. I appreciate
Thanks for that one.
I've misdescribed as Tamoko, I apologise.
Wait, there's another person in the chair. Pick a speaker, guys. Pick a speaker.
Dangerously precedent-setting, convention-destroying, consensus-ignoring, tiriti trampling, racism whistling, democracy mocking, narrowly supported recommendations from the Privileges Committee bring this House into more disrepute.
They think it's funny, Madam Speaker. They think it's funny to point fingers and pretend to kill someone. Now, I don't.
Remember, it all goes back to this.
Just a reminder that
Wow.
that is our pro-gun lobbyist in Parliament saying she doesn't
dramatic.
think it's funny to pretend to shoot someone. But she's also the person who's made it easier to shoot people.
The irony is definitely pretty thick,
Does she like guns or not? Like,
right? She only likes them when it suits her narrative and what she wants to do, obviously. And also, it wasn't even a gun. But also, if you're so scared of an auntie pointing at you, you know in your heart you've fucking done something wrong.
I'll show you something. We'll get to that in a second. There's a wee bit that you might appreciate from Chloe that kind of points out how dumb it is about the whole pointy finger thing. Okay, we'll get there.
This moment in November. Te Pāti Māori MP Hana Rāwhiti Maipi Clark performed a haka during a vote on the Treaty Principles Bill, a now defunct ACT Party proposal that would redefine how the Treaty of Waitangi is interpreted in law. Te Pāti Māori co-leaders Rawiri Waititi and Debbie Ngarewa Paka also participated in the haka. The latter was accused of making a gun gesture at ACT Party members. Parliament's Powerful Privileges Committee, led by National's Judith Collins, investigates if MPs have acted improperly. Last month it recommended the Te Pāti Māori co-leaders be suspended for 21 days and Maipi Clark for 7 days, each with no pay, the harshest punishment ever handed down in Parliament.
The haka is not banned in the House. However, the rules of Parliament, the standing orders under which it operates, states permission has first to be obtained from the Speaker.
Labour's Pini Henare also left his seat.
Like driving up the steps of Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
That was asked for permission. It was denied, and he still fucking did it. But there was no punishment there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this guy. Sorry, I don't know his name. From Labour. Also got a. Thank you. Also got out of seat, but he apologised, so it's okay. He played the little game of going to the hearing, even though Te Pāti Māori wanted, some semblance of tikanga in the whole thing. Because, let's be honest, the haka is all part of the tikanga.
Mm-hmm.
But they wouldn't listen to them. But...
yeah. Just weak. Yeah. They're just scared and weak. Like, I'm sorry, but if that scares you, A, maybe you should be a little scared of some of this shit. And B, maybe don't be such a cunt. It's not that hard.
Sort of strip Indigenous people's rights. Maybe that's probably why. All right.
To join the haka, he appeared before the Privileges Committee and apologised. Te Pāti Māori did not.
The committee sought to arrange hearings twice more, but the members declined each opportunity.
I regret not showing up to the committee.
No, not at all. I think, we went through half a dozen steps to try and get fairness, to try and get tikanga.
The punishment needed to pass through Parliament, and the debate started 2 weeks ago, just days before the government's budget.
I move that this debate be now adjourned.
The adjournment meant Te Pāti Māori could participate in the budget debate, but the co-leaders didn't show.
You want us to go and sit there like the good Maoris and sit there and listen to a budget that absolutely ignored Māori.
Today, Labour's Willie Jackson delivered a...
This is really interesting from Willie Jackson. You might not agree with it, but I think it's an interesting point that he makes, and I'd love to hear your opinion.
A budget that absolutely ignored Māori.
Today, Labour's Willie Jackson delivered a message to Te Pāti Māori.
I know it's hard to apologise, but I want to say to Te Pāti Māori, not every single Māori in the country supports you. and they don't support some of the strategy. They love you, I love you, but some of the stuff is not going down well.
But Te Pāti Māori not back.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking, right? Two things. The strategy of not turning up. Totally see how from a public point of view, a public perception, it makes them look really bad. On the other hand, looking at it from a point of view of how much shit do these guys have to go through in order for things to change? And at some point you kind of have to say, take a stand and go, we're not playing this game anymore. We're fucked over. We're fucked off about this whole thing. Stop screwing us over. We're not going to play it. Start playing by our rules. And let's try and find a middle ground. So I get what he's saying, but also I can get Te Pāti Māori's point of view. What do you think?
I mean, it does make sense what he's saying, but I think for me, what I'm hearing is also that there's a lot of this thought, and even the way he's coming to it is very much from a Western colonial perspective to begin with. Like, I do think being like, oh, just don't be like that. Just go and apologize. Like, it's something that, like, the more people are used to having to apologize for small things like this, the more they let people trample all over bigger and bigger things. Like, I don't think it's surprising. Like, people say, oh, try to play the middle, try to be a little less, but every time you do that, you don't get anywhere. I mean, like, we're getting closer and closer to being 200 years from the treaty first being signed. And our country wasn't set up the way it was supposed to be at all. And then you're trying to be like to these people, hey, you're being a bit much and not everyone likes you. Yeah, but also what about David Seymour, his party? How much are they running inside of the government at the moment? And barely fucking anyone voted for them. Like, it just seems like it's an argument to me that feels a little like victim blamey. I think that's where I'm kind of landing with it. As it feels a little victim blamey, where his ideals are coming from a Western colonial perspective that, like, a lot of people haven't even begun to unpack and even think about in terms of those types of things. So yeah, I mean, I do find with him, he is very much someone that seems to have very much have a lot of that ingrained colonization and internalized issues there. But I can also see a lot of people being like, that seems like a bit much. But again, that's coming from a perspective of like, oh, what? So that's too much. But the government putting through the fast track bill that allows, the absolute raping and pillaging of our earth, that's something that's fine, and we should just be a little quieter about that. I do find it's just like, where does the line get drawn where people can actually get mad? Because you know what? There's a lot to be mad about, and that should be represented in our system.
Yeah, it definitely goes both. It definitely both ways. Fuck off. It definitely mimics the idea that the left at some point is going to have to break their moral high ground and just say, you know what, fuck it. We're pissed off, and actually we should start to do something and play their game, because if they're going to trample over us, we're going to start trampling all over them. I guess it's the same sort of thing, right?
Pretty much.
All right, let's listen to Hannah.
Hell
Te Pāti Māori not backing down.
We have no option but to be the opposers and proposers at the same time, and actually address the core problem that these systems represent, so that another generation doesn't have to come through these doors and be silenced.
The debate she participated in, far from silent.
Well, Zane is...
Yeah, so that's what happened in the House today, and I think... I assume it went to a vote, and I assume because the other side has the majority, it was...
Yeah. To be fair, I really like what she pointed out, though, is that, when it comes to these issues, it's quite disgusting when you think about it, that basically people who have been colonized and have had things taken from them forcibly are now having to basically fight for their rights again to their abuser. It's quite, and then also not only prove their case, but then also come to the table with the proposed solutions, because God forbid they do any like actual fucking real work in terms of that. Like, I do find it quite just gross. It's disgusting to think that people whose lands have been forcibly taken or taken through deceit or all those types of things, their descendants are now having to try and not only decolonize themselves, but go through there is so much trauma that happens when you start to like actually learn more and understand more. And it's just so frustrating to see a party who has only 6 members that are doing so much mahi for all New Zealanders to be treated this way in this context is just foul. Like, it's so fucking horrible. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go. I was going to go to Parliament today, but I didn't get a chance to. So I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I probably would have got fucking kicked out. Let's be real. I did see because I saw some videos from Hannah's actual speech, and hearing you can hear the actual pain in like the mamai that she feels for like what this represents in terms of how Māori are being treated by this system, because they're not even being recognized as people who co-founded the fucking system, or at least the idea of the system. Oh, did they lock us out? Oh, apparently the gallery was closed. Not surprised. They are so scared. And that's actually one thing that I remember when they came out the other week when we met Te Pāti Māori and stuff. Like, they are scared of the collective power that we're all building, because we're starting to actually get very upset. Like, the amount of protests that have happened just in this last 6 months alone is insane. The amount of submissions people are putting in on not just the big ones, but every bill that's currently up. People are becoming more mobilized and politically active, and that fucking terrifies them, because the majority would not want this bullshit. The majority of people are good people who would be happy to help their neighbors and their community. It's just when things like that start to basically separate us, they make us fight with each other over these specific small infighty little things, when really, if we all got together and went, look, we probably got some issues between us, but we are the majority, let's fucking go, like, we can do so much more together. They just want us to feel powerless. But also, we're their employers. We must remember, we pay these people fucking money.
I like how someone called you Chumenta?
Hell yeah.
Someone called you Chumenta. Oh wait, no, it's Chugenta. I just realized.
Yeah, because I changed. Well, I was like, it's a Thursday. That's why I popped the hat on last minute, because it's like, oh shit, it's a Thursday. How do I differentiate the hat?
I don't have a hat. I've got beanies, but then it gets too hot.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll allow it.
The second part of this that I want to highlight to you is Chloe making a point about misinterpretations, and then someone between herself and James Meagher, and he basically proves the point for her about someone can explain themselves, and apparently you can just go, well, you tried to explain yourself, but I don't think you're right in your explanation, so therefore, This goes back to the idea that Debbie was throwing finger guns, which I think we all know is just so far off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's have a listen to Chloe. This is great.
Oh,
You guys are gonna love this.
Rip in.
Yeah, hopefully.
We have a lot of hot air about the notion of certain members feeling intimidated or otherwise, and there's a very spurious reference to finger guns. And Mr. Speaker, I would just draw the House's attention to the fact that the Honourable James Meagher earlier in this debate was offering those same finger guns to me as he was heckling in the House. So, Madam Speaker, I just really ask members to
I've got a point of order from the Honourable James Meagher.
The Speaker has totally misrepresented my actions in the House, and I'd ask you to withdraw and apologise.
So the member is stating that he didn't do that. I think it's probably a good idea for this member who's speaking to. Speaking to the point of order, Ingrid Leary.
The member did, and I think that it is open to any kind of interpretation. Some of us did see it and did question it. I'm not saying that I thought it was threatening, but the member did do that action, and some of us on the side of the House did raise eyebrows.
Right. Well, that's yes. Speaking to the point of order.
Represents what happens, and I'd like to ask her to withdraw and apologise as well.
Well,
speaking of the point
no.
Okay, so someone did the finger gun or whatever, or points or whatever. I don't know.
Allegedly.
And then someone calls him out on it and says, well, I mean, you were doing finger guns. And then he goes, no, you misrepresented my finger guns. I was just, I was pointing.
Well, like Auntie Debbie? Like Auntie Debbie was pointing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Fuck, that's
You know what the
crazy.
difference? Well, I suppose not quite, because I'm pretty sure. No, I don't know, actually. I would say that Debbie is most certainly Māori and a brown woman. Don't know about James Meagher. He's I don't know what his heritage is. But the point being, brown woman does it. White-ish man, a man does. Let's just say a man does it. Not okay. Not okay.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens next.
No, just if the member contends that he didn't do what other people thought he did when they saw it, maybe the member would like to explain what was intended. Because
so he gets to explain what was intended, but Debbie wasn't allowed to explain what was intended.
Yeah, not a fucking surprise.
Yeah. Okay, so he pointed at the members, right? Carry on.
Absolutely. Madam Speaker, I am so grateful for that interjection from a member of the government to precisely prove the point that we are making here, which is that the kinds of things that the Privileges Committee has come to a...
I've got a point of order from James Meagher.
Madam Chair, the member made the claim that I made the finger guns action, which is quite clearly outlined in the Privileges Committee report, and there's evidence in that report. That is not what happened. That misrepresents the actions
So
in
the members made it quite clear that he was pointing at the other side and not making the finger guns. So I have accepted that. I think what I hear, the member who's working her way through her speech at the moment, and has made reference to what we think we see sometimes may not be what was intended, and that is the point that the member's trying to make. So I accept that the Honourable James Meagher did not intend to make finger guns at people.
Now, mihi nui, Madam Speaker, because I think that is indeed precisely the point, which is that when we have a tyranny of a bare majority deciding to interpret...
Point of order, Jamie Arbuckle.
Thank you. The member needs to withdraw and apologise.
Can she finish her sentence?
No, the members...
No, because she's making a great point that
Fucking
clearly
hell.
illustrates the hypocrisy. And they don't want her to keep making the hypocrisy because she's basically accused someone of pointing little finger guns. And the other side says, no, finger guns, that's not okay. We did not do that. Let me explain myself. And she goes, well, the speaker's just said that, it was misinterpreted and you were just pointing. And then she goes... My point exactly. We misinterpreted it. You just explained yourself. Therefore, let's continue. Apparently, you can't do that if you're a brown woman. Apparently, if you're intimidated by some finger guns and you explain yourself as no, it wasn't, it's not good enough. Sorry.
Right.
It's not good enough. You were doing a haka at the time and you're a brown woman, so it's not good
Yeah, I
enough.
was going to say, when's his Privileges Committee meeting, eh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
don't understand why they won't let her fucking talk. It's like, just let her have the sentence and then deal with the fucking miss. Like, man.
But miss, hang on. Don't let her finish her sentence. They would be proving a point that we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
A point of principle and interpretation about what people think they see, and we've very much cleared up that the Honourable James Meagher did not do a finger gun, right? Carry on. Chloe Swarbrick, end of matter.
Thank
Right?
you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, the point is that the things that we do in this place, the points that we make, the directions that we point our fingers in are open to interpretation, and the spurious, punitive interpretation that the government members on the Privileges Committee have chosen to take without any meaningful evidence or rationale is unfair and deeply, deeply partisan. So, Madam Speaker, if I may continue on outlining that rationale of just how unprecedented this is, it is not only that the scale of the punishment has been plucked out of thin air, it is not only that this is so incredibly hyper-partisan and therefore dangerous in the precedent that it is setting, but I also think it's important to note the utter psychological warfare with which government members have decided to conduct themselves on this matter. On the day prior to the budget, we were all anticipating that we would be having this debate. And indeed, members of the government allowed for that debate for certain contributions from the chair of the committee and from the leader of the opposition, but then decided to, without any notice to anybody else in this House, to move to suspend the debate, ostensibly for charitable reasons. Madam Speaker, that rationale simply does not wash because, again, if you look at the rationale within the Privileges Committee report, this is all about partisanship and using the might and the power of the bare majority to ultimately bully. And we in the Green Party, along with our colleagues in the opposition, are proud to stand in opposition to that.
Yeah.
God.
So, just
I feel like,
dropping.
I feel like the other side of the house is just going, knock! Stop knocking on us! Stop it! I don't like it. Your facts and your research and your data, stop.
Making a great point about pointing finger guns. Do you know my favorite thing is that now in the public record is we the I don't know what they call them. The member has cleared up the misinterpretation that they were not doing finger guns and just pointing. Continue. Like, finger guns is in there a good, 10, 20 times? It's like, no, I wasn't doing finger guns. Well, they're saying you're doing finger guns. I wasn't doing finger guns. Well, I mean...
Right. I guess neither was Auntie. Is must... Oh, fucking... Oh...
Yep. So great point. Great points. Great points. Great finger guns there, Chloe. Thank you for... Well, actually, we should really be thanking James Meagher for clearly illustrating her point. Her finger gun point, in fact. It was great. It's great. So that was a little gem that... obviously, it's probably worth watching the whole thing, but that was just the wee bit that I just so happened to stumble upon while I was watching. And... oh, so glad that I did. Is there anything else you wanted to say on the issue?
I mean, it's just disappointing. At this point, I'm more frustrated that there's not as much that we can do as I would like. You know, I really wish there was a way that we could vote of no confidence, all the bullshit that's going on here, because very little has been positive. We're seeing so many things decrease and decline, and just trying to further push us all down. And I'm tired of it, but I'm just excited that we're at least talking about it and that people are kind of understanding, because like it is really depressing that we have to even have this fight. Like, there should be a place for tikanga, for those things. Like, it's just, I don't like the supremacy of it all. You know, it's Western supremacy, and I don't like it. I would like us to actually have a system that was made for us, by us, with us, all those things.
Someone just said to get off Coke and switch to sparkling water. Agreed, but sparkling water doesn't have caffeine in it. So, All right, let's get through some super chats, and then we'll get on to our second story of the night. Kai Matsada for $2 says be great. Oh wait, oh my goodness, there's another one. Be gay, do crimes, big query news. Oh, I like it.
Ayo.
I like it. I like it. Kiwi Burb says semi-automatic pew pews, finger gun pew pews. No. Kai Matara give for $5 says Willie forgets how his Whanonga Sid and Moana supported he Taua after they were punished for beating up the haka mockers back in the day. I'm lost. Can you fill me in, Magenta?
I don't know much about the specific thing, but I believe must be something that they did back in the day, because that would be his his extended family members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whanonga.
Thank you. Whanonga. Kai Matata, $5 says, a reminder Winston Peters is so awful, he's the reason the Springbok tour went ahead. What? He launched an attack against a judge trying to stop the tour. What? Oh, the judge trying to stop the tour. Thank you. Took me a second. Thanks for starring.
Oh,
that was
also his very uncle.
Meager. Okay. Thank you. I love the very meager presence.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And then meager living up to his name.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Citizen Gold for $5 says late fee, and Kotukutuku for $2 says #tag no confidence. I don't know if it's supposed to be.
I think it's supposed to say confidence. Yeah.
Okay. It's not like.
Just pretend you didn't see the spelling mistake. It's fine.
I was like, it's not punny enough to be like, is that a pun?
I don't think. Yeah. I don't
think
believe it was, unless it somehow was and I missed it.
Wonderful. Right. Well, last night the boys talked about the bot conspiracy. How David Seymour thinks that 95.95% of the 23,000 RSB submissions, if I'm not mistaken, were submitted by bots, which I think wasn't it 0.1% were in favor of the bill. So it still means that like a good 4.4% are in his mathematics are still opposing the bill, which is still more than his.
I mean, we've seen David Seymour's math. It was you get 400,000, you take some off, and now you've got 500,000.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Crazy.
Yeah. 0.3% in favor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I had a fun little thing mentioned to me. Thanks to Kai Matata. Kai Matata doing the hard work. And I wanted to show you two things, actually. One is some examples of someone actually using bots. And guess who it was? It was little Nintendo DS.
Oh,
using
hell
bots.
yeah.
This was in 2022. David Seymour denies buying social media followers after his Instagram jumps up by 48,000 in a day. But it did. So this is back in 2022. Loves him some bots.
Right.
He's
like, yeah, they bought this from the same place that I bought them from. Like,
I'm gonna push my mic down so I can actually show you guys this. This is Kai Matata's Substack. Sorry, I hope you don't mind. You did tag me, Kai Matata, so I assume this is okay for me to share, and I assume because it's on your Substack that it's okay for me to share.
Yeah.
Did a fantastic little deep dive into the hypocrisy that is David Seymour and some of the crazy stuff that he has done. Such as the fake grassroots groups that he's created, the 48,000 in a day. I'll just read this out. Eventually, his number of followers dropped back down, despite denying that he bought fake followers. Modash, which is regarded as being highly accurate. Fake follower follower checker tool shows that David Seymour's fake followers on Instagram continues to be 58.74%, which is around 21,733 fake followers, with 40%, 14,829 of his followers being bots.
Wow.
So he's got fake followers on Instagram continues to be 58%. So fake followers at 21,000, 40% of those, I believe, are 14,000 of those.
Yes.
Are being bots. There you go. So fake followers if I'm not mistaken, inflated, and they're just there in their inactive accounts.
Yeah, I believe so.
Essentially. And then bots are, they may actually engage and basically just there to like leave shit and just boost engagement, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Yeah. Suspicious about fake followers, bot accounts.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, who the hell's going to look at his fucking social media account?
His bots,
really?
apparently. His bots.
I guess he is one of them, so.
No, that's Brooke Van Velden. I like someone last night, I think, said Bot Van Velden, which I thought was very very
that.
funny. The second thing to follow up on from last night's episode is his attack on RNZ, or more so Guyon, and his 30-minute interview thing that he does.
Yes.
And Seymour having a go at their small numbers, the very, very small numbers. So I used your old social blade that you like to pull up every now and then. And I had a quick look, just out of curiosity. So RNZ, they got a C+ rating. It's pretty good. They have 216,000 subscribers, 122,000 views. They got 15,000 videos and have been there since 2008. So in fairness, they've been there a while. And they're doing some good stuff. The last 30 days have gone up 30,000 subscribers. The last 30 days they've had 1.3 million views. They made pretty good earnings. Not bad. It's pretty ranged. Pretty ranged.
I mean, yeah, those ones are always very variable.
Yeah, well, I mean, earnings is always, I wouldn't look too much into it. They're currently 199th in New Zealand. It's pretty good. They're, obviously, when you're looking at ratings, you're looking at, rankings, you're looking at the entirety of YouTube, I believe. So, it's big numbers. But this is just a general overview, okay? So, gained views weekly, gained subscribers weekly. They had a big one in 2024 in November. Pretty big one. So something happened on that date. I wonder what. I'd like to know. So that's RNZ, right? Act New Zealand. What have we got? Okay, so
flat C.
Let's look at these earnings. Just generally speaking, curious what they're. Okay, just looking at the earnings. 13,000 subscribers. To be fair, they've only been on since 2019. They've got 500 videos, and they've got 7 million views versus 122 million views. They're ranking 617th. Sorry, they're ranking 617,000th.
Yeah,
their subscribers ranking is in the 3,000th, and obviously having quite a bit more. They're in the 2,000th. Views rank is in the 1.5 millionth, which is pretty. There's quite a big difference between that.
Yeah, that is a big difference, actually.
That is quite the far down. And would you look at this? New Zealand ranking 199th. Act Party 900th.
Man, they're not even good in these polls.
The entertainment rank down at 1.8 thousandth. Pretty good. Entertainment rank.
I mean, I'm surprised it's not further down. Jesus.
How many
he
views have
doing
these
then?
guys had in the last 30 days? 400,000 in the last 30 days. 700 subscribers in the last 30 days versus their 3,000 in the last 30 days and their 1.3 million in the last 30 days.
Yeah.
Earnings about 1k to 17,000k. Which is not, again, not sure. Their bottom is their top, and they could be earning up to $105,000. To be fair, it's yearly, and it's probably definitely not enough to. It might be enough to run Guyon's segment. Probably not the whole organization, but that's why they have government funding, so that they can exist. So, just saying, maybe David Seymour should shut the fuck up about his little. Oh, he barely gets 7,000. He barely gets 7,000 if he's lucky. I had a quick look before. Guyon's video is currently at 10,000, I believe. So not great numbers. That said, Chloe's one got 23,000 views. And David Seymour's one is currently at 11,000 views.
Yes.
So
I think also someone was asking about how we stack up to those, and we are still higher than the ACT Party on the New Zealand ranking.
There you go.
BHN is more popular than the ACT Party YouTube.
Studios?
Not surprised. Yeah, Doc Studios.
NZ Doc Studios? Always forget what it is.
Doc NZ Studios.
Thank you. And who was something weird?
Yeah.
You funny one, Pat. You funny one. No, can't find us. Doc NZ Studio.
Oh, I've got it open if you want me.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, we're 862nd.
Yeah. Our rating is we got a solid C.
Not bad, not bad. We also get
C's
more
good
subscribers in the last 30 days, and we've had way more views in the last 30 days than they've had. So, suck it.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Suck it. So yeah, it's an interesting game to play there, Seymour. I think we also have more subscribers than they do, which is saying something. We also have a fuck ton more views.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And we've been around only a year longer than them, so yeah. He definitely needs to get off his high horse on that one. And but Pat said yesterday, like this don't point fingers because you never know. In a year's time, they could be outranking us. That's definitely true. They could be, but RNZ have been around with their YouTube channel a long time, and obviously they're probably starting to pivot a little bit more and more into online, considering the way that the world's going. Probably, I don't know. They probably had
also someone this comment kind of pointed out there's probably a high fucking chance that a lot of those are bots on the ACT Party YouTube, because that was just their Instagram, wasn't it? That they were talking about the fake
yes
followers. Yeah, so I mean that likely extends to all social medias that they're present on. I mean, let's be real, we know that the Atlas Network will have people fucking on there and these different bloody channels, bloody commenting and doing all that. Oh my god, Ems. I saw someone wearing a Reality Check Radio hoodie the other day. They were following me. I can't escape it. It was crazy. Also, this joke got me. A hologram and a bot walk into a bar.
Was it the bar at the pub inside of Parliament?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my fun little presentation for you. I thought it was fun to it's sometimes fun to just look at the numbers. Especially when Chewie yesterday was saying cite your evidence.
And I mean, it puts things into perspective as well. You know, perspective is quite important. Also, in terms of, I think, the Kaimatara stuff, they were wondering if would you be able to put that link to all, just so we can send it out. So if anyone wants to go and check out Kaimatara's Substack, there's a lot of really awesome information and stuff. So definitely go over there. And I know Craig Greeny's got a Substack, and Dr. Payenda
And it also has a Substack. I was about to share it to the chat, but sure. Let's see if that goes. There you go.
Nice.
If not, I will most certainly. I think I might have reposted it. I'll have to check that I reposted it on Blue Sky, and I will. Yes.
But yeah, well, we've been tagged in it on Blue Sky, so if you go and look at our accounts, either any of ours will be around. Oh my god! Apparently, Jordan Williams owns a bot company. I could fucking believe that. He
Not
fucking would,
surprising.
wouldn't he?
I wonder where is. I wonder where I could buy me some bots, maybe.
Apparently, some people are following the act Facebook just for entertainment, and you know what? I get it. Sometimes if you don't laugh, you'll fucking cry. Sometimes.
For sure. Well, that's all my stories for tonight. It's pretty chill. Was there anything on your radar that you wanted to share with us?
No, I have actually not been on the internet that much today. So I have been chronically offline and just getting many notifications about being told that I should watch all of the Parliament TV stuff. Yeah.
Oh, there was a story. I had a second. I had a second.
Go on.
I had a story.
No.
I forgot the other part of my thing was. There was 3 parts to it.
Surprise.
Which was talking about how the RSP submissions are going to be analysed.
Oh, okay.
Which
by
I have
what?
to find it. What do you think is going to analyse it?
I don't. Say it ain't so.
I didn't do the thing, guys. I can't find it.
Oh.
I know. Hang on.
I'll have a look at our. We've got two super chats. I'll go through those for you.
Go for it.
All right. We've got Peter Syme for $5. Ever since I saw a little documentary called The Terminator, I've been suspicious of AI and bots. You know what? Fair fucking enough, honestly. For me, it's Skynet. That's what I'm not down with. You get free bots with every Atlas meal. Oh, yeah. Don't we just love those stale meals they're serving at our children's schools? Also, I love the idea of calling David Seymour low-res rimmer, because that is so accurate. Very low-res. Apparently, I only just saw that people want memes. I haven't prepared my memes yet, people. It's Thursday. We don't do memes on Thursday. I mean, we could probably find some memes. I've probably got something. I'm going to have a look for you. Surely I've got something in my kitty.
Oh, I can't find it. All I can hang on. Is this? Damn it. All I can find is Duncan Webb's tweet. I can't find anything more tweets. I was hoping there might be an article and I can't find it. So I'm going to take Duncan at his word on this one. Government members on Finance and Expenditure Committee just voted to use an AI bot to read submissions on the Regulatory Standards Bill. Turns out democracy under this government is real people making submissions and computers reading them. Or, as David Seymour likes to think, computers reading computers. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just...
Well, that's fine.
I mean, I know I'm not surprised. They're rolling out AI and fucking Ministry of Social Development, because it's not like it's fucking horrible enough being with WINS as it is. Now you got to deal with fucking AI and harsher punishments and restrictions. There are definitely some things that AI can do that are quite good in terms of like text and that kind of things, but that's just definitely a problem waiting to happen.
There is an article on The Standard. I don't know. This is literally Emily browses the internet live. The Standard. I don't know who it's run by, if anyone knows. They did a bit of by Mickey Savage. Did a bit of a dive into the issues. So, yeah, but I guess I'm surprised there wasn't anything more on that, because I think that's kind of says a lot about what this government is doing, and the hypocrisy of claiming that all of those submissions were from bots, which I think is pretty. I don't know.
I mean, it
Surely
also
something in these systems picks it. I know our IT is kind of fucked in the public system, but surely they'll pick that up, right? That something fishy's going on, right?
I mean, the thing I just find is it's clearly another way that he's just trying to diminish the sheer power and amount of people that came out and said, actually, no, get fucked. Like, I'm sorry, but we don't see 100,000 people protesting in the streets of Wellington every day, do we? But you managed to piss off that many people. Like, that's actually a lot of work, because a lot of these people weren't from Wellington. You know, there were people who got time off work, maybe even got their kids to get out of school for a couple of days. You pissed off that many people that not only that, but New Zealanders have actually bothered to be more involved in politics, which is something that we are terrible for not engaging with. And like, that's why they're scared. That's why they don't, that's why they're trying to push through things that are going to make it harder and harder for us. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy that, like, we've got children who are homeless. We've got homeless people who've supposedly, or, people who've gotten out of social, housing and emergency housing. We don't know where they've gone, but at least they're not our problem anymore. It's just getting harder and harder each week to be like, how is this acceptable, and how are we not allowed to go and do something more actually actionable? Like, sometimes just getting angry and writing submissions, it does feel like, man, someone's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And it's hard having to try to stay poised and composed and integrate with a fucking system that's trying to make it harder and harder.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so true. You know what? It's just AI, androids.
We're all just robots. No one could
I'm
possibly
clearly a
be
fucking
opposed to what the
robot.
government's doing.
Yeah, I wasn't in the crowd, literally streaming on BHN from in amongst it. Nah, I'm just one of those. What is it? I'm a VTuber.
Harkens back to last Friday's episode. Somebody has to do it.
Somebody has to fucking do it, and
somebody's got to do it.
So, and I mean, yeah, we've seen so many people mobilizing, whether it be Māori, whether it be for equity, for women. It's New Zealanders care about each other and they really like each other. It's just all of this stuff just is being rocked up so that we're gonna get bogged down by a lot of these small details. Like, what we need to do is push harder at being like, other people need to be held accountable. Why is it acceptable that Luxon is allowing his fucking coalition to just absolutely run amok? Like, it is absolutely insane that he's just letting them do all that he's letting them do. Yet Te Pāti Māori have 3 members suspended in the harshest punishment ever given, just because David fucking pissed his pants a little when fucking Auntie pointed at him. Like it's just so pathetic. And I mean, that's the thing, is he's just a pathetic, weak man. Like, dude clearly needed more love as a child or something. Like, he's clearly trying to fill a hole that is never going to be able to be filled. without proper introspection and self-reflection and maybe even some therapy and some meds to just kind of, make sure it's really going in there. But, apparently it's being reported What's being reported internationally?
But they were suspended, I believe.
Yeah.
On the RSB, Tane, who I have met myself, is a great lad in the Christchurch area. RSB submission party next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. at Space Academy. Bots unite. Look forward to seeing all the androids in the room.
That reminds me.
So if you're in Christchurch, head along to that. I
did also see
not be able
something
to make it. We'll see.
for the RSB stuff. I believe it. I'm trying to remember if it was. No, that's right. It was. I think I actually sent the link to myself on Facebook today. So let's go look at my Facebook.
While you do
Well,
that,
you guys can't.
I'm not searching your Facebook. Go through some super chats. Ko ana aho for $5 says Tanya Waikato has announced she is going to stand at the next elections. Ooh,
hell yeah!
Okay.
I'm so down.
Yeah, we'll keep posted on that. That's fantastic. Big ol' B, $3.49 says loving your extra mahi tonight, Ems and Magenta. Thank you,
Aww.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
We'll be back
We're in
with
the
you
big-
tomorrow night.
Right? If you're not normally with us on a Friday, come hang out. It's a good time.
Yeah.
We got memes.
We have it gets very rowdy. We have memes, and we sometimes look at positive stories, and there is usually cats, and yeah, just a little bit less hinged, more unhinged. Did I sell it? To you guys?
I mean, you don't have to sell it, but it was a very accurate representation of what is.
It's usually a
what's
lot
going
more.
on.
Yeah, there's usually more of a flow. Tonight is pretty chill, because I had two very important stories. Honestly, I was keeping an eye on the news today, and I was like, man, is there anything like I don't want shit every day of the week, Like sometimes I just want to chill out, and I want to like not be sitting on the edge of my seat, raging at the screen. But today was a bit of a slow news day, other than our two big ones. The other thing I've been watching this week is watching a wee bit of coverage of Jacinda Ardern on doing the press tour. She was on RNZ with, can't remember his name.
I think she was on with Oprah too.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see that one, but I did see Stephen Colbert, which I'm not surprised that she was on the couch with Stephen Colbert. He's great. Huge fan of New Zealand, he is, and a huge fan of. I still remember when he came over here for, I don't know, he did a bit of a Lord of the Rings thing because he's a massive nerd for it. And there's just this segment where Jacinda just picks him up in her car at the airport, just her and him in the car. He's like, "You're the Prime Minister, right? You allowed to do that?"
I love
She's
that.
like, it's just what we do. We pick each other up in the airport. He's like,
it's also like it's just picking someone up in the airport. It's not like it's that hard,
Yeah, I'm sure there was probably a vehicle, security vehicle behind her, and it was definitely pre-COVID. So thanks for it. Jessie Mulligan, thank you. She was on RNZ with Jessie Mulligan. He was used to be the host of the project, if I remember. Him and a small camera crew in the car. Yes. So I've been watching that. I've been really enjoying it. She also did the Harvard graduation speech. I believe it was this year. Learned a bit more about what she's up to. She's doing a fellowship over at Harvard. So if you're a Jacinda fan, go and support her by watching all the vids where she's popping up. I'm definitely buying her book, and I'm definitely going to the movies to see her because I have missed Jacinda.
Is she doing an audio book? I don't do words on a page. I'm an audio boy. Hopefully she's the one that's actually gonna bloody narrate it because I need to hear her voice more again. You know what I'm saying? I miss her. Every time I see a video of her and I hear her voice, I just get all excited and I'm like, baby, come back. I'm such a simp for her, and I don't even care.
Oh, it was Yale,
She's
not
also
Harvard?
tiny. Oh, yes, yes, Yale.
Was it? I thought it was Harvard's.
No, because
I
I
know
think
she's
she was
doing
doing a she was like doing some lecturing at Yale, I believe, as well.
Yeah, she's doing a fellowship at Harvard.
Yeah, right.
So
I know
thought
it's safer for her to be over there than it
No,
is to
she
be
did
here.
both.
So.
Did both. She did Harvard as well.
Also,
22
she
in
is narrating
Harvard
the
must have
audio.
been. She isn't, or she is?
She is. Hell yeah.
Oh, and it was Yale this year. Okay. Harvard 22, Yale this year 25.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for yeah. Yeah. No, I Jacinda was the reason I really got into politics and actually started paying attention and actually voted. So she has I have a lot to thank her for. And the country has a lot to thank her for. Just have to give it 10 years for those people to die off that are crazy and conspiratorial and seem to want her head on a stick, which is fucking insane. There are worse people in the world who want heads on sticks.
Oh yeah, it's pretty gross. I mean, there's been a lot of just depressing shit. Like, I didn't watch yesterday's episode, but I did hear about that horrible Michael Forbes stuff.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that whole situation?
Well, I mean, because I kind of, the only things I've really heard about it is through, obviously, some things I've read. But Fired Up Stilettos put out a statement post kind of thing. Obviously, because, you know, non-consensual audio recordings of sex workers is just, it violates so many rights to begin with. And then, like, given the fact that, like, a lot of them are fighting currently to get, you know, not just in terms of sex work, but, you know, like they're trying to get more rights as sex workers. And, like, the fact that this person has just taken, like, non-consensual photos and videos, like, that's fucking foul. And it's just horrible that, like, these are people that are in positions that are, you know, mean something. And it's really horrible that a sex worker also had to just discover and find this out, because if that sex worker didn't get some kind of weird vibe off the guy, we would not know. He could continue to do this and violate so many people. It's just shows the values of this government, to be honest. Like, we see where their values lie, and it's not in helping people. It's not in looking after anyone. It's in harboring pedophiles and cunts who just violate the consent of other people. It's just a shame. It's just a total shame. And I just hope that the people that, you know, were filmed and recorded against their consent are okay. I just genuinely hope that they're all right, because that would make you feel so horrible to know that you've been violated like that. Just.
Yeah, so that's the other story that's probably dominated this week. But short of Luxon saying, "Oh, did he resign?" So it's fine. You know, I was appalled.
Oh, there was one video
I would have
saw.
fired him.
Where's that video of Lux? Did you see the video of Chloe asking Luxon if he would go and speak to the children, the homeless children in Auckland with Aaron?
No.
Obviously, Chloe's been doing a lot of work with Aaron from Kickback. And I think I know it's on her Instagram. So here it is. I found it. Because this man, I found this absolutely horrendous. His answer is as bad, if not worse, than what you're probably thinking it's going to be. So, oh yeah, that's right. Puts me on normally now. All right, so let's.
Minister come to Auckland Central.
Can you hear that? Oh yeah, no, yeah.
To meet and to talk to the people, including the children that his government policies have made homeless?
I appreciate the member for their invitation. I get lots of invitations all the time. If and when I can, I will consider that in the context of my diary.
Yeah.
Oh, cold.
Yeah. Will you go
Incredibly
and meet
cold.
with the homeless children? Oh, I get heaps of invites. I'll check. Like, what kind of disgusting response is that to homeless children? Like, let's let it replay, because just to make sure we really absorb it.
Will the Prime Minister come to Auckland Central to meet and to talk to the people, including the children, that his government policies have made homeless?
I appreciate the member for their invitation. I get lots of invitations all the time. If and when I can, I will consider that in the context of my diary.
Just so smug as well. Like, oh, in the context of my diary. Like, fuck right off. I am just, no, fuck you. This is bullshit. And again, how is this becoming of a prime minister? Is this really conduct that we think is becoming of the person who is supposed to represent and lead our entire country, that we will be paying $2 million by the end of his term? I don't think it is. Like, there are literally, like we talked to Aaron, 9-year-olds. Just think about a 9-year-old you know in your life, whether it's your kid, someone else's kid. They're fucking tiny. They're kind of dumb, but they're awesome. A 9-year-old that's homeless. And he just speaks so smugly about that. Oh, in my diary. Like, it's just freaking foul.
I think the point that the fact that she had to ask that question says a lot in the first place. Like, she shouldn't have to ask a question like that. I think the reason she asked the question like that is because of the policies that his government has put in place has led to lots of homeless children.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's
she's directly been working with Kickback. Actually, I just realized there's a because obviously Chloe's been doing a lot of work with Kickback at the moment. And as we know, it's all run by Aaron and his partner. But they also have, they're looking for people to volunteer for an initiative. I will just stop sharing this for a minute and quickly try to find it, because I was actually supposed to bring it up at one point. And I think it was the night when we had too much to talk about.
Too much to talk about.
There's two things actually that I was supposed to mention about Kickback. So good thing we're quickly talking about them now. So I will share. So the time and location is to be confirmed. However, please keep an eye out for the socials from Kickback, because they are going to have a hikoi in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, Saturday, 14th of June. And obviously they say, the crisis is escalating, winter is coming, more and more children and young people are at risk of homelessness, and our government has chosen not to respond. Instead of investing in our kids' safety and ensuring all our children have access to safe and stable housing this winter, the government has decided that the solution for children sleeping on the streets, for youth homelessness, is to invest in prisons for the children. Which we do have to remember that they had those horrific, colourful prison looking units for that home for children. Just gross. But yes, they're having a hikoi. Obviously go and follow their socials so that you can keep an eye out for that. They're also doing the pink hoodies or hoods, which is basically they're creating a community that's going to have volunteer time to help with the mahi that they're doing in terms of helping homeless in the community, especially in central Tamaki. There's a bunch of information here, but yeah, they're looking for people who are able to help. build connections, or there's a lot of skills that they're looking for. So I highly recommend just going and looking at, because like a lot of it is time or skills and those types of things. But if you want to be a part of this, you can go to their Instagram and all that, or you can email Kaya Spark. So that's KAYA.SPARKE at parliament.gov.nz, and you can CC in Kiaora, KIAORA, at kickbackmakechange.org. But yeah, obviously, as we know, they're doing a lot of mahi in there, and this is the one thing that I think does give me a bit of hope, though, is that there are, not that they should have to, but that there are places like Kickback and the Front Door who are, going, you guys aren't going to do it, so we'll do it because we need this. And it's really awesome that they put their, money and they've invested a lot into doing that. But it shouldn't take two people with big hearts to be trying to solve the homelessness crisis in Auckland. It should be a choice that our government goes, hey, we don't want homeless kids. Like, it's not that radical and it's not that crazy.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that.
No worries.
Well, last little bit of housekeeping for the night is a reminder about the Regulatory Standards Bill is currently open for submissions that are due 1 p.m. Monday, 23rd of June, 2025. I don't know why I said the year, on the 23rd of June. Do make sure that you put your submission in. Tanya before said that Christchurch Space Academy, 6:30 p.m. next Thursday, there will be a meetup to help people do their submissions. So head along to that if you're in Christchurch and you want a little bit of a some body doubling and some support on how to make a submission. The only other thing that we didn't do before housekeeping is the BHN store. No, you did do it. You did do it.
Bro, I covered all three. I was on it.
You did.
Always be plugging.
Nice, nice. Well, that's everything on my list tonight. Yeah. I think we did well.
Yeah, unless anyone's got something that they wanted us to think. I think we're... Although someone did actually want us to know, there is actually an awesome service called Orange that supports the homeless by bringing washing machines and dryers so that the homeless are able to wash their clothes, because it's bad enough being homeless. So it's nice to have a service like that where you can just feel like a human being and actually be treated like one. Also, on the note of homelessness, my one thing that I think is really important is I understand that there can sometimes be this compulsion to not look at a homeless person and just ignore them when you walk past them. Just kindly look at them and say, I don't have anything, sorry. Because acknowledging them is so much more humane and humanizing than just pretending they don't exist. So that's my little thing, really.
Thank you. Right. Yeah, that's everything from us tonight, guys. We'll be back with you tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Yes. Same time, same place.
Bright Hearing News, which is a slightly different version of Big Hearing News.
Yeah.
I promise you I will be slightly more awake because I am fading very quickly.
And I won't have a hat on tomorrow. That's yeah, because this is when I'm in Chewie mode.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
This is just for Chewie mode.
Put the snapbacks where they belong, Monday to Thursday. Why is someone talking about Order 66? Calm down there, people.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
Or is that what Luxon would be a supporter of Order 66, though? I'm not going to lie.
Let me get the credits up. Ay. Ay. Ay.
Oh, we have
What? No, I was timing it. I was timing it perfectly.
No, we had a couple of super chats we did miss.
Oh, we missed some super chats. Oh,
Yes,
they came out right at the end.
There was a $2 from Peter Simon, but it got turned off. But
I turned it off.
Yeah, but I think some people's it's still stuck on, and I don't think it's updating much though. I don't know. We turned that feature off. If it's still...
I did turn it off, and it was on my feed as well, and I was like, I thought I fixed this. So
only some people I think have them, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem. And also, thank you, Donna Ellis, for the $3.49. We love it. We love a very specific number. Thank you for that. Now you can roll the track.
Now we can go.
Roll the tapes.
Hey. Can we do one of these? One of these.
Help us settle a debate, whether it be thoughtful or funny, even if we're all creatures of hate. It's a fine line that we're walking together. For better, push aside the temptation to berate. Let's take a note of the corners we stand in. As many points as the hairs on my chinny chin chin. When the news that we're watching is hairy, knowing all the things that we need to be wary of. Like the rich have the hand out for rewards, while the many have to work out what they can afford. And the rest of us ain't paying attention, or maybe have questions we're too worried to mention. Other media is still dwelling on trivial facts, vetting peas from the rice and the mice from the rats, and picking and choosing a warpath to run, and linking ourselves with the hill to die on. It's gotta come down to a welcoming vibe, with an A and a self and a hiring mind. All heavily, neither this way or that, and we'll be analyzed by what Chewie and Pat. With the evil in the world trying to mess with your head, and you're sitting on the couch, you're thinking chivalry's dead. Each night, 2 nights, they're gonna sing you to bed. It's Big Hairy News.
Thanks everyone for joining us this Thursday evening. I hope we were good fill-ins for Pat and Chewie, who are off probably to bed at this time. But huge thanks to everyone for supporting us and getting us a nomination for an award. Very, very cool. We will be back with you tomorrow at 9 p.m. for Bright Hairy News, the slightly better version of Big Hairy News, Ima.
Whoa, big claims, big claims.
Magenta, anything to say before we go?
Well, shout out to Jeremy Naylor, $2 for the latest fee you could possibly pay. And yeah, no, just I think have a good night, whānau, and keep cool till after school, eh?
Yep. See you tomorrow night, guys. Have a wonderful sleep. Bye.
Peace.
Bunny.
We are nerds.